यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्न पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञान मुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। ओम सर्वेभ्यो सद्गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः। May the Almighty Shri Lord Venkateshwara bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Katakshams to you and the entire your family members and friends. Let us begin Bhagavad Gita, verse number 28 of 10th chapter. श्री भगवानुवाच आयुधानामहं वज्रं धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि गन्धर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः। The Vajram, the supreme weapon and the great weapon. Now I have to mention a few points over here. So Dadichi, who was a rishi, who had a kind of serious tapasic life, and he was a great tapasvi. And when you undergo tapas means, I have already mentioned, it's a kind of process in which we involve willful self-denial. You just, you deny so many things. You don't allow this body to enjoy with these worldly enjoyments. Not only that, and serious upasana connected with the Almighty. So when you do this kind of sadhana with yogic practice, your body becomes Vajra. Now Vajra was the name of the weapon, name of the arrow, so that was created by our devatas, but Dadichi who sponsored his backbone. So his backbone was gifted, donated by him, because celestial being requested to have a great weapon, because so that they can get rid of demons' problems. Then he accepted and he gave. Now the weapons now which are available, the weapons in ancient time, what is the main difference between these two? And the weapons which was there in ancient time could control with the mind, with the thought. They were not carrying. Now if a missile to be carried, we need to have tanks, lorries and trucks to carry a big missiles. But in those days nothing was carried. Even that every arrow they could control by mantra. Therefore it was known as Astra Shastra. Shastra was weapons which will be in an unmanifested form. So when you chant, it comes. Therefore in Mahabharata, Karna had Nagastra, so by which he could destroy Arjuna. So because of some kind of curse, he was bound to be one time. Therefore, he was not able to throw it, means shoot it the next time. That we all know the story how it went. But the Nagastra, so which was more than Vajrayudha. So like when you yourself will be involved with tapas, these all weapon cannot do anything. That's what my point is. These mantras, japas, tapas, the life with austerity, it has got more powerful capacity than the weapons are now. Now the weapons are created. These weapons can smash the gross world. And these weapons are created with fear. Those weapons were created for the welfare of society. Now we have lots of insecurity. Not only we, every nation have got insecurity underneath, and so many leaders are working for it to bring the peace. But still, that's a normal phenomenon among the society to undergo a kind of insecurity. That's what Jagat is. The nature of Jagat is involved with this kind of problems. Then Dhenunam Asmi Kamadhuk. Kamadhuk means the cow's name which came from the Kshira Sagara while churning the ocean. Okay, so this cow, what is the speciality with this cow? The first, when you go in front of that cow, any cow, if it is in time, it will provide the milk. But this cow, it's a unique cow. When you go in front of it, you do sankalpa. So I need this, I desire this. If you present the desire, immediately that object will be provided to you. How amazing cow it was. Therefore, one should have, every one of us should have this cow. Yes, we do have the cow. That cow is known as Sankalpa Shakti. That is an indication. The Sankalpa Shakti, I need that. I should want that. Every Sankalpa will become a grossified form. That Sankalpa, even Patanjali, Bhagavad Gita and Upanishad, all of them they asked to work with our Sankalpa. So when Arjuna asked the Lakshana, the definition for a Jnani, Bhagavan Krishna began with the same word, Prajahati yata kaman sarvan parthamanogatan. So when you are able to manage the thoughts which are taking place in your mind, with the Sankalpa Shakti. Sankalpa Shakti means a kind of power that which helps you to make the decision. When you make a proper decision, yes, I need that. I need World Cup. I don't need this small ice cream kind of desire. So once I get rid of this small desire, then I could control myself. I could have a proper energy, proper health to fight for that World Cup. So that's what every sportsman, they have to control. They have to control themselves from the mobile. They have to control themselves from the bad, means wrong junk food. And they have to also maintain the proper sleep, proper exercise, proper food, proper thought. Everything is because of what? Sankalpa Shakti. That's what Kamadhenu. That Kamadhenu exists with all of us. We have to find out. Our mind is nothing but Kamadhenu. That Sankalpa Shakti, when you know how to use it, utilize it, you can gain whatever you want. But every Sankalpa is not separate and individual, because they are connected with the past. You have to be very careful. Any thought comes, it's like a noodles. Noodles means what? You don't know where it gets connected. Everything is, chaos. We have to be very careful. A small sankalpa can bring your life upside down. Therefore, with all sankalpa, we have to be careful. We should have the positive sankalpa. That's what Patanjali always says, Yogash Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha Tada Drishta Swarupe Avasthanam. Then Abhyasa Vairagyabhyam Tan Nirodhaha. So those sutras, all the sutras, it's very simple. You have to live with positive thoughts, because every mind has got both kind of thoughts. A wrong thought and right thought. You should know which is right thought. But if you commit mistake to judge wrong into right thought, then the problem begins. For that, we have to be very careful. Now Bhagavan says, I am the Sankalpa Shakti. That's all. I am the Sankalpa Shakti, I am the Kamadhuk. Kamadhuk means, so there are so many things are there, effort is a Kamadhuk. Effort is a Kamadhenu. When you make effort, definitely the fruit will be fructified according to that effort. Every time, people who don't have belief on God, they believe on their effort. Then that effort fructifies fruit. The karma is a Kamadhenu. When you do, it will give. Now you see, I have changed Sankalpa Shakti, then Karma. Sankalpa Shakti itself a Kamadhenu. Then Karma is also Kamadhenu. If you do, it will fructify. In between you should have the connection. You are Sankalpa Shakti, the Karma. In between you should have the effort. You should, come forth. You have to make yourself, you have to put forth, you have to make effort to get involved with the karma. Then nature will provide. That's nature's duty. When you put the sapling on the earth, automatically it will come. If you provide the water, if you allow some sunlight to that, if you keep in proper place, it will come. You need not to grow every day, So it takes place. When you put food inside in a proper way, it will digest. That's what Kamadhuku. That the nature is nothing but Kamadhuku. Every nature means the force of the nature, digestion, thinking capacity, and the fruit. When you go to gym, so with what kind of faith or trust they lift, the heavy dumbbells kind of all the equipments. Kamadhenu. The karma is a big Kamadhenu. And here he says Sankalpa Shakti. That Sankalpa Shakti which can be utilized in proper way to get elevated in our life. Prajanaschasmi Gandharpaha. Prajanaschasmi Gandharpaha. Gandharpa means Manmatha. So Manmatha is the desire. Again, Sankalpa Shakti which is balanced with the desire. Desire itself is me. Without desire, no creature is manifested. Therefore, even the sun, it seems to be, it doesn't expect anything. Our Purana says sun also comes into the problem. Moon also comes into the problem. And moon has got, Rohini as his wife. So there are so many stories. Even these natures, they have their own emotion, they have their own incidents in their life. So that which is very true, because every object which exists here, they have their own target, they have their own nature of the expressing the things, and they have their own duty. Bhishasmat vatah pavate bhishodeti suryaha. So this Kathopanishad mantra says every planets in universe, so they have their own order because they are bound to be like that. Karma bandhaha. Therefore, that desire, every planet, they do have their own desire. And one question I received yesterday from one of my students. So when we were talking about whether horoscope is true or not. So I am bringing in this place because you could have more understanding about Bhagavan's glory. So horoscope is true or not. Then I said, so the fact need not to be inquired whether it is true or not. If I ask you, darkness has the darkness, is it true or not? What? A day contains light. Light has got a tendency to light. Is it true or not? Swamiji, these questions looks idiotic. The gravitation, is it true or not? If you want to check, just throw something above towards sky and let's check. Gravitational force. Like that, this horoscope is also a method, a formula which is found by our rishis, they are connected with the fact. But the person who is predicting, who is using that formula, he should be experienced and he should surrender himself to the deity, or he should be endowed with mantra shakti, he should be endowed with mani mantra aushadha shakti. So one should be endowed with mantra. See, first mani, mantra and aushadha. Money means there are so many varieties of monies were available in ancient time. Money means you can say that like Ratnam, Manikya, and these are all Shamantaka money, a kind of different precious money, like Aladdin light. That Aladdin, he should if he rubs something, genie comes out. So like that in Puranas there are so many monies. Money means precious stones. The stones will bring the special power. Then mantra, by the mantra you can the power. Then aushadha means even the plants, there are medicinal plants. If you mix with those plants, you will gain the power. I know one person, he used to have a leaf. He used to bring the leaf. He is very much aware about so many leaves. So once what he did was, just he crushed, then he applied on my nose. Nose means like he did like this. That's all. For 5 minutes, I didn't know what happened. So I was, amazed, shocked how it is possible. But he didn't say what was that leaf. I didn't know that. It happened in Rishikesh. There are aushadhas. So you can gain extra powers. You can gain extra power means, see, there are some leafy vegetables. If you eat, you will get good memory power, good digestive system, and very vitamins, minerals. That is different thing. They will gain more power. Mani mantra aushadham. And there are other methods also by yoga. So when you meditate, the meditation will bring more power. So like the mind can be utilized. There are other things also available to bring more power in our life. But prajanaha, see, there's the human being, the breeding, the human being creatures, they breed because of sankalpa shakti, because of the desire. That desire itself is me, and desire, so in different way he will say in future, dharma viruddho kamosmi bharata rushabha. So you should remember, you should understand what I mean to say. The desire is supported by mani, mantra, aushadha, yogic techniques. All of them are nothing but God alone. Gandharpaha means Manmathaha, who is in the form of desire. Sarpanam asmi Vasukihi. So Vasukihi means what? Serpent. Serpent, so which is on the neck of Lord Shiva. And poisonous serpent. This poisonous serpent. This serpent has got its own glory. There is one book which was written by Arthur Avalon, Serpent Power. What is that serpent power? It's a Kundalini Shakti. This Kundalini word, it is used in yogas. In yoga means in yogic techniques. Even this Shri Vidya Paddhati, Shri Lalita Sahasranama, it talks about Kundalini Shakti and Shradadhara meditations. This serpent power in our Shastra, this serpent example is used in many places. So spiritual power like a serpent, coiled serpent. But here, Aham Vasukihi, among the poisonous serpents, I am the Vasukihi, which is very poisonous, indicates Ahankara. Ahankara means ego. Ego, which is very equal poisonous snake. Therefore, Lord Shiva, he is controlling with his neck poison. He won't allow the poison to reach others. that Vasukihi Sarpanam Ahamasmi. I am the great power in the world, the spiritual power in the world. We can take in that meaning also. All the Kundalini Shakti is nothing but me. And in the next verse itself, he brings one more name for the serpent alone, snake alone. Let us read it. Anantaschasmi naganam varuno yadasamaham pitrunam aryama chasmi yamasamyamatamaham. Again he uses the same thing. Naganam anantaha cha asmi. I am the Ananta Seshaha among all the snakes. Now why again snake? So 2 times. So is there any purpose? And there are people who say this Vasukihi means Sarpa means the snake with poison. Naga means the snake without poison. But what I mean, Vasuki which exists with Lord Shiva, and Anantaha on which Mahavishnu is lying down. This Anantaha who is known as Adisheshaha. That Sheshaha means what? Which remains after everything. After Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, what remains? Nothing but the consciousness. And even Kshira Sagara, this Ananta Naga, which is on the ocean of milk, milky ocean, that on that Ananta Shesha, Mahavishnu, who exists with Yoga Nidra or in Yoga Nidra, that picture, when you picturize that milky ocean with Ananta Sheshaha lying Mahavishnu, so this has to be explained a lot. The Ananta Sheshaha means Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati always says the first coiled bed, and which was sophisticated cold bed, because nowadays there are water bed and cushion, and there are cushion which is not healthy, I tell you. But Ananta Sheshaha, so which was the sophisticated bed for Mahavishnu, therefore he says this Ananta Sheshaha, who is also taken as avatara as Patanjali. So I am the Ananta Sheshaha who is with thousands of head, thousands of, so mukhas. That Ananta Sheshaha is me. The indication is that Ananta Sheshaha, which is supreme spiritual aspects, spiritual process. Spiritual process is known as Ananta Sheshaha. In the last words, it was told as a Kundalini power. The same meaning comes with Ananta Sheshaha, spiritual process. The spiritual process means what? So that a person who is churning his Raga Dvesha, from there, this Vasuki which helped to churn. Okay. Then the Kshira Sagara and Ananta Sheshaha, which, the Meru which was given support down, Ananta Sheshaha which protected from the up. Therefore, this is a kind of story which symbolizes a kind of progress and process of the spiritual activity. Varunaha Yadasam Aham. Yadasam means the source of the water. There are so many sources of the water, reservoir of the water. See, there are, river water, ocean water, well water, and even, spring waters and cloudy waters. So among those sources, Aham Varunaha. Varunaha means the Devata of the rain. So rain Devata. It is also known as Parjanya Devata. I am the source of the rain. See, Varunas, when there is a Kumbhabhisheka. You see, Kumbhabhisheka means, so nowadays I am suggesting people go and see what they do the previous day of the Kumbhabhisheka. So we go to receive the water which is sprinkled after the Kumbhabhisheka. Now, we have to go 2-3 days before itself, because so many rituals are done. Every rituals you should ask why it is done, what kind of indications they are, so what kind of deities are invoked, and what is the procedure of it, what is the benefit of it, and why it is done. But you should have a proper person to explain. But if you have the prayer that somebody will explain to us, definitely there will be somebody sent to explain all those things to you, and you just come to know all the procedures. You will be amazed. The procedure, finally, all the kumbhas means kalashas, they are filled with the water, and those waters are, abhimantritam. Abhimantritam means they invoke deity in that deity is Varuna. In all kalashas, Varuna devatas are done avahanam, invoked. Then they do consecration inside the Kumbhabhisheka. These all devatas which are not superimposed, which was done avahanam. On those kalasas, waters are invoked with Varuna Devata, and on that Varuna Devata, whatever the deities are going to be invoked inside the temples, which is known as consecration. That consecration will be helped by this water, Varuna Devata. Therefore, Varuna Devata, because water can pass through the current, but water also can receive the mantras, power and all. Nowadays there are research done, and it is proved. You go and just type in YouTube, water has memory. You can receive all. If you just put the flower into a water and take them out, then that water remembers the nature of the flower, form of the flower, and the characteristic of the flower, and you can speak with the water. Therefore we speak with the water. Achyutaya Namaha, Anantaya Namaha, Govindaya Namaha. And water can contain, it can withhold the capacity, the power. Therefore, when devatas are done avahanam, when devatas are invoked, those devatas can exist, they can they can be there, the water devata, because water is nothing but Krishna, who is the source of entire universe. Then Pitrunam Aryama Cha Asmi. Among these Pitru devatas, this is a little bit beyond our understanding capacity. So Aryama, who was the supreme devata of Pitrus, I am the Aryama devata, and Samyamatam Aham Yamaha. Among all these controllers, I become Yamaha. So Yamaha means Lord Yama, or the controller of birth and death and everything what happens in our life. We will continue from the next session tomorrow. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.